fans, my name is Luke Jones, providing a breakdown of the 2019 World Cup of Darts for High Roller Radio. So here on the screen now we have all the nations competing and who they'll be playing against in the first round. So for those of you who don't know, I'm just going to explain quickly the format of the competition. So the first round we've got just one game of pairs, consists of best of 9 legs. The second round through to the final, we've got 2 singles matches, and then if needed we play a doubles match to decide who's going to go through to the next round, and all those games will be best of 7 legs. And then in the final we've got 2 singles matches followed by a pairs match, and if needed we play one game of singles or 2 games of singles, depends what the score is. So last week I put a poll out on Twitter asking will there be a new name on the World Cup of Darts trophy. Out of 99 of you who voted, 56% said yes, 44% said no. So I'd love to know what you all think. Just leave a comment in the section below. Now I'm going to talk you through the 8 seeded nations of the competition. So first of all, number 1 seeds and 4 times champions are England. Hoping to win their first World Cup since 2016 will be Rob Cross and Michael Smith. As you all know, 2 phenomenal players. Rob Cross has been in brilliant form this year, just missing out on the Premier League, losing in the final to Michael van Gerwen. He got to the finals of the UK Open. He's also lost in the final of the Euro Tour events. So he's there and thereabouts. He just needs to get over that line. As for Michael Smith, it's been a bit of a horror show for him on the doubles this year. Finished 7th in the Premier League after having such a wonderful season last season, getting to the final of the Premier League, final of the World Championships. I think the whole competition rests on can Michael Smith hit his doubles, because I think if it all clicks, Michael Smith hits his doubles, I struggle to see England not winning the competition really, but that's a huge if. Number 2 seeds, last year's finalists, Scotland, with Gary Anderson and Peter Wright. They also finished runners-up in 2014. I think the quite big question for Scotland is what shape does Gary Anderson turn up in? What form does he turn up in? Because he's only played 5 events this year due to his back problem. So that's a big question. If he turns up and plays his game, Scotland are going to be very tough to beat. Peter Wright hasn't had the best of seasons. Finished 8th in the Premier League, chopping and changing his darts as Peter Wright does. But of late he seems to be just picking up his game. The last 2 Euro Tour events, he's reached the final and then he reached the semi-final. So the signs of it picking up. So yeah, if Gary Anderson turns up, Scotland have got a very good chance. Next up we have the 3rd seeds, 2-time finalists Wales, and they'll be represented by Gerwyn Price and Johnny Clayton. So Gerwyn Price, he's had a fantastic year. He's won 2 events on the Pro Tour back-to-back in the same weekend, which not many players do. He's also reached the semi-finals of the UK Open, where he lost an absolute epic to Nathan Aspinall. Also just missed out on a Premier League playoff place, but he played a lot better than last year. I don't see his form being a problem because he's now established as one of the best players in the world. His partner Johnny Clayton, he's also had a good year, winning an event on the Pro Tour, reaching 2 semi-finals. But of late he's just showed signs of going off form, not playing as well as he can. So I think if Wales are going to potentially win the competition, I think they need Johnny Clayton to be playing like Johnny Clayton can. So number 4 seeds, we have a 4-time champions, Netherlands, and they're represented by Michael van Gerwen and Jermaine Ratamina. Michael van Gerwen needs no introduction. He's won this event 3 times with Raymond van Barneveld, 3 times champion of the world, so on and so forth. And then Jermaine Ratamina, making his debut in the competition, very inconsistent player, and I think that's going to be a big downfall for the Dutch. Don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Jermaine. He's earned his place in the competition by being the 2nd ranked Dutch player, but I just think he's too up and down, and I think that's why Netherlands are going to struggle. So the next up, our 5th seeds, Australia, represented by Simon Whitlock and Kyle Anderson. They reached the semi-final 12 months ago. We got Simon Whitlock. He hasn't had a good season at all. He's reached the final of the Euro Tour, but apart from that, last 16 is his best effort on the Pro Tour, just by his standards, just not good at all. And then Kyle Anderson, 3 quarterfinals this year. He's a very good player on his day, but this pair, I don't think they're going to be a big threat, in all honesty. Number 6 seeds are a team I really like the look of, Darryl Gurney and Brendan Dolan for Northern Ireland. They reached the semi-finals in 2016, but since then Darryl Gurney's gone up another level. He's won his first Euro Tour this year. He won Players' Championship in November to add to his other major. He now has 2 majors. Reached the playoffs of the Premier League in just his 2nd season this season. And then Brendan Dolan, he's really picked up this season since reaching the quarterfinals of the World Championship. I think he could be the solid player that Northern Ireland need to go deep in this competition. So number 7 seeds. Last year's semi-finalists, Kim Hybrett's Dimitri van der Beer. Dimitri made his debut last year and he played brilliant. He loves the big stage. It's where he plays his best darts. Kim Hybrett's got a really good history in this competition with his brother Ronnie. Made a final, made a few semi-finals. So potentially this team, they could be a danger. And our final seeds, our 8th and final seeds, Austria, represented by Mensa Suljovic and Zoran Löwbacher. Don't see this team doing well at all. Mensa Suljovic, obviously one of the best in the world, but Zoran Löwbacher, major weak link for the Austrian team in my opinion. On to my dark horse of the competition, Poland. Really fancy this team. Krzysztof Ratajski, he won 3 Pro Tour events last year, including two back-to-back tournaments in the same weekend, and he's kicked on this season. He hasn't won anything, but he's produced some brilliant performances, and he'll be partnered by Titus Kanuk, who's reached his first Pro Tour semi-final this year, so he can play, and if those two play well, they could be a danger. I think the other teams to look out for, Philippines, Japan, their players are very good towards the top of the Asian Tour order of merit, so they can play, and they're used to winning, so that gives them confidence. So I can't pinpoint who's going to win the competition, because I think it's the most wide open World Cup we've ever had, but I think the winner will come from Scotland, Wales or Northern Ireland, but I predicted Darryl Gurney to win the Premier League, so what do I know? Don't forget to leave your comments below. Like and subscribe to the channel, High Roller Radio. I've been Luke Jones. Hope you enjoy the World Cup. Until next time.